Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, folks. Welcome back to another 2 p.m. PST YouTube stream. I'm your host, Strange Road Jim, and as you can see, we are going to be getting back into Pega Academy, or studying for the, we're studying for Pega. Um, Now, if you're watching this for the first time, you don't know who I am. I am a unemployed software dev that is currently working his way through certification training, working towards getting to a point where I'm confident enough in taking the certifications to get the system architect, get the system architect certification so that I could potentially add that to my resume and, you know, and apply to Pega positions that are out there. Now, um, I don't feel confident in applying to any of the Pega positions that are out there because more often than not, they want the system architect certification at a minimum. So, which, I mean, comes to no surprise. Let's face it. Um, the certification for system architect is pretty much like going to a four-year university for a bachelor's degree in computer science, for example. Okay. Um, but in this particular case, you're going to have a hard time convincing people that you have a lot of experience in Pega because it can be really difficult to get a hold of a lifelong instance of it. Um, Pega shuts down any of the challenge instances after 7 days. And you might be able to ask for like an extended um, instance that you can probably try to work on, for your own um, as your own project. But even that isn't going to last. Okay, that's going to go away. Okay, it's not like some simple code that you can put in. It's not like I can bring up like Notepad++, code in some Java, and say put that on my profile. It's not that easy when it comes to Pega. Okay, you can't easily prove, or you can't put it on like GitHub for them to view that easily. Okay. Um, so um, so it'd be kind of harder to find individuals that have that, Pega experience. So, um, so in some ways, that's a good thing for anybody that is like maybe fresh out of college. Maybe you want to, get a job with Pega somewhere. Maybe you're having a hard time, like I am, trying to find work. I mean, hell, when I see 800 applicants for one position on like Indeed.com, it goes to show, you know, those are 800 individuals that are looking for work. Now, it could be that these might be individuals that are tired of where they're currently working and might be applying there, or they could be out of work individuals such as myself. But either way, um, in today's society where you have to make money to survive, um, it's not an easy process, obviously. You're going to be facing off against other peers um, to get work. Um, Unfortunately, my circumstances kind of um, tripped me up at the very beginning after my layoff. So, but we'll we'll move on from that. So, so that's a little bit of background on me. Okay. Let's add a little bit more details on this. One, I am not being endorsed in any way by Pega. Okay, don't assume that I'm getting some kind of like special treatment um, or like monetary benefit or anything along those lines doing these streams, doing these videos. Okay, that's not happening. So move that out of your mind. Okay, if Pega wants to talk with me about this and maybe you know wants to discuss more, then you know, sure, I'm open to anything that they might want to suggest to me. Um, but I'm not expecting that. Okay, just flat out, I'm not expecting it. Like I said, these kind of streams, these kind of videos are to try to push me to get my certification in system architect. Um, you know, the videos are meant to, one, you know, if I have like questions or concerns about, some of these topics, I'm hoping that the people that I know or anybody that is Pega professionals might come across them and go, okay, this is how you need to look at it, or this is how you need to do it, or, here's the answer to your question. So in a way, I'm hoping for some additional benefit in that regard, right? But the here's another thing though. Okay, if I'm having a problem with some of the topics or problems with the modules or like, then someone else might be having the same exact problem out there in the world. Okay, someone might have that same exact question, same exact concerns. Um, so um, so while sure, I might get benefit from getting those questions answered. I'm also helping someone else out there as well. Okay, if they're checking out my playlist of these study sessions that I do, then they are also getting benefit from seeing those comments in the videos saying this is how you need to approach you know or this is the answer that you're looking for, that kind of thing. Okay, so if you are a Pega professional, if you're a lead, if you're a manager, you've been working on Pega for years, if you're part of the Pega development team, then go through those videos and answer questions. Okay, or maybe offer some tips or something along those lines. Okay, I'm all ears, and anybody that watches these videos are going to get some benefit out of that as well. Okay, so I implore you, please, you know, um, help out in those regards. Okay, especially if you're a veteran. Okay. Um, and the next thing that I want to talk about is um, that you know a little bit more about me. I'm not an authorized training partner, and that you should not consider this as instructor-led training. Okay. I don't know everything about Pega. Okay. Um, far from it. Okay. Um, I don't have the experience. I don't have the years of experience that some people say that they do. Okay. Um, I haven't been trained to be a trainer. You know, for an authorized training partner. Okay. Um, I'm not officially part of Pega, so I'm not an instructor. Okay. I would figure if you want to, and if you have the money for the instructor-led training, which is, in my opinion, quite expensive, um, then go ahead and go for it. Because I would hope that the instructor-led training would be something that would pretty much guarantee you certification. Okay. Um, someone that is trained in Pega backwards and forwards. Okay. They know the ins and outs of everything about Pega. They can answer your questions like right then and there, and they will be able to um, um, help you out in um, um, and everything Pega to get to that certification status. Okay. Um, the um, one would hope that um, the instructor-led training will lead to um, you know you learning everything that you can about Pega, about whatever certification you're going for, to the point where you don't necessarily need to struggle on getting the certification. Okay, they will answer your questions. They will provide you all the tools that you need to take the certification, and you'll be able to pass it perfectly. So, all right. Now let's go to my dashboard here real quick. Oh, I gotta sneeze again. Damn it. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. A little bit, additional news. Um, I was informed that, well, okay, I was told, I expressed my concerns about the fact that, Pega Express is, um, in my opinion, Pega Express is something that a business architect would probably be, you know, central to what they need to do. Okay. I mean, learning about Pega and how to develop it on that, okay, sure, but at the same time, that's more that might fall more on the system architect side of things, or at least some of the things that we were doing in the low code definitely felt like it kind of felt more along the lines of the system architect, even though technically we were doing everything in the app builder, okay, um, in the app portion of the of Pega, and not just the um, not just the dev. So um, so on one hand, it's like, okay, yeah, business architect can still do this, but at the same time, a lot of it is, could easily be done by the system architect as well. Um, so on one hand, it's like, okay, yeah, the business architect can do these kind of things, but um, and he might do them in the background, or he might be doing that um, with the project owner, but I would expect them to be more in line with what the Pega Express is all about. Pardon me, now I need to blow my nose. All right. So, I would figure that the Pega Express would be something that would be, almost key to the business architect side of things. Um, because it's all about, application development, which the business architect is that's kind of like their job per se. You had the project owner talking with the business architect that, is going to be talking with the system architects kind of thing. So they're kind of like that middle ground where they're kind of building um, they're taking the ideas and helping flesh it out so that the system architects can, build um, the the overall code of it all. You know, not to say that the business architects can't do that themselves. In a small way, they can build those, case life cycles. But um, if it gets into something that requires a little bit more in depth, then that's when the system architects come in, right? So, um, but you know, one would figure the Pega Express would be more in line with the business architect than before. And from what I understand, what I've been told, the the business architect mission is getting a revamp. Okay, this is key there, folks. Okay, if you're listening to me right now and you're working on your business architect, listen to me, very seriously here. Okay, uh, according to the person, I send suggestions in all the time. Okay, they mentioned that they're currently working on um, uh, actually, let me get the exact words here. I don't wanna put words in their mouth here. So hold on a second. Let me grab it here. Okay. Um, the entire business architect mission is undergoing a revision. That is the project in which I am currently involved. The revised mission will be out later sometime in the fall. Okay. That's you know, word for word, you know, what the when I make suggestions, okay, they have someone responding back to me, okay. This is one of those individuals, and this is how they're responding to me concerning the business architect mission. Okay, so sometime in the fall, there's potentially going to be a revision of the business architect mission. Okay, so if you're trying to work towards your business architect mission, then you may need to kind of go back and, you may need to restudy, when the time comes in the fall. Okay, now, most likely, it will fall under the Pega Platform 8.8. Okay, their 8.7 is done. They hardly do anything with the 8.7. Okay, but according to them, they're going to be working on revising the business architect. And in some ways, I would hope that they do. Okay, because um, sure, low code app builder and low code app builder extended might be perfectly fine for a business architect. You know, um, as when we did those challenges, the fact that the majority of those challenges were still done through App Studio, okay, shows that a business architect can still do that kind of work. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, um, but I would hope that they focus a lot on the Pega Express, the design phase, the prepare phase, the build phase, and the adopt phase portion of it all. Because I would figure the business architect would be kind of in charge of overseeing all that. Okay, for the most part, one would figure. So, um, so keep that in mind. Okay, I want you to understand that um, they are currently looking at revising the business architect and trying to make it, but I don't know what they have planned for it. Bear in mind, no clue. Okay. I don't know what they have ideas for it or anything along those lines, so I can't give you any of that details. Okay, that's for Pega. Um, but know that in the fall, which I mean could be a month from now, could be um, you know uh, it's not technically fall yet, so September, October, November, you know sometime during that time frame, they're supposedly making a revision. Okay, so um, for anybody that's watching this later on YouTube, it is currently August 10th, 2023. So most likely in September, October, or November of 2023 will be a revision to Business Architect, according to what was given to me. Maybe, again, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we'll even see if it even comes out or not. Okay, um, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so if you're looking for more on the business architect, then maybe you might need to wait to see what happens there. But you know, I did ask some additional questions about that. Um, you know, um, the I'm wondering, how the certification testing will be changed with the revision. You know, will the certification testing include more? Will it include less? What exactly are they planning on doing? Are they going to wait like a year or something like that for the certification testing or something along those lines? I don't know. Um, I'm not sure. But I did make the suggestion about them putting in a potential link or reference to the Pega Express, um, seeing that, um, um, you know, their statement is due to the length of low code and low code extended, the decision was made not to include all of the Pega Express mission. The thinking is that the BAs can take the full mission when they are expected to delve more deeply into the Pega Express topic. But here's the thing. How will they know that there is a mission about it? They don't. You know, you know, um, my curiosity got piqued because they were including topics from the Pega Express that they didn't even mention at all afterwards. So I had to do a deep dive into it. But what if someone doesn't? You know, what if someone doesn't do that dive? They're gonna look at Pega Express introduction and that's it. Um, so they may face questions on the business architect certification, about the um, day one plan, for example, right? And they may go, "What the hell is this all about?" Is that the problem of the student, or is that the problem of the teacher? If I was a teacher, as an example, if I was if I was a teacher and let's say I'm a history teacher, right? And I have, you know, maybe I work at college, okay, and I only have 4 months to teach one particular topic, you know, ancient Europe. I'm not going to be able to have time to cover every single little tiny detail about it, okay? I'm not going to be able to go, okay, here's everything that happened in ancient Rome. Every single last little detail, every single last movement that, Rome did, every single last thing that every single emperor did in Rome. I might not be able to, I might not have the time to cover all that within 4 months' time, right? But here's the thing. If I was a good teacher, I'd be saying, okay, guys, here's what we're going to cover. If you want to, in your own time, to look more in depth on this, here's some additional books that I would recommend. That's what I would do, okay? Because, um, you know, I, you know, um, when it comes right down to it, um, if I'm teaching the subject and I'm basically saying, okay, this is all that I can cover. If I start putting like questions on a test that I have not covered as a teacher, then I'm a bad teacher. Okay? I'm not teaching the students what, I want them to learn. If I'm going, okay, folks, um, you just learned addition and subtraction. We're going to go on to multiplication. And then the next day I hold a test and I say, okay, here's the test for division. Is that on the fault of the students or is that on the fault of me, the teacher? You know, so um, so it's same kind of concept here, right? You know, if the certification is going to be filled with Pega Express topics and they're not teaching those topics, does that fall on the students' shoulders or does that fall on the teacher's shoulders? Okay. Um, if and believe me, um, the the certification will cover other areas that might not be presented in the low code or low code app builder extended. Okay, they will have more in-depth questions, than what you see. Otherwise, they would have the exact same, module questions or mission tests on the certifications, but they don't. So, the fact that I saw Pega 7 keywords in my certification for the 8.6 just goes to show you, the fact that, there are parts that they don't, they don't fix on their certification, or they will cover topics that might not heavily be talked about in other mission modules or challenges. Um, so be prepared for that, okay? And I've gone 45 minutes into this, and I haven't even gone into any of the I haven't even gone into the next topic, which was the um, technical architecture. So I guess that's it. I can't. I'm not going to be able to get into that within the next 15 minutes. Um, so I guess this was more of an update video about Business Architect. So, you know, wanted to give you guys a rundown on that. So, um, so to be honest, um, let's see. Um, I'm going to add the Pega Express delivery into my dashboard because I feel like that is something that I'm probably going to need. Um, if I want to take on the business architect certification, I'm most likely going to need the Pega Express delivery. So, um, let's see what else. Um, and we might just go over this anyway. Bear in mind, okay? Um, you know, if you guys want me to, give me a comment or give me, a chat message right now and ask me to do Pega Express delivery. Okay. Would you like to see that? Okay. I have, I still have to get to through the system architect. Okay. That's my goal. Okay. But if you want me to get, um, if you want me to, add in the Pega Express delivery for the business architect, then let me know. Okay. I really kind of wish that I can reorder this here a little bit because I wouldn't mind saying like move the senior system architect over. um, just have the system architect business and then the Pega Express. Um, on it all. But okay. Um, so that's going to be it for this video for Pega. Again, apologies to anybody that was kind of hoping for, um, the topic for the architecture design and the prepare for the technical architecture. Um, it's it's a lengthy topic. Bear in mind, there's a lot here, and I don't think I would do it justice in 15 minutes. Whenever I see, they're already saying that this is going to, take 20 minutes of your time to cover all this. Normally, I would say double that. Just trying to read through and understand everything. Um, you know, Normally the amount of time that they give here is I almost feel like needs to be like a speed reader, and they're basically saying this is speed reader time. you know, this is the amount of time that it takes for a speed reader to read through it and understand it completely. Um, but um, but yeah, we're gonna skip that for today. Okay, apologies. I know that you might be wanting me to finish off the business architect, but um, I wanted to give you that update for um, for everything that is being covered on the that little update that I got, about business architect. I wanted to pass on to you. Okay. Uh, so uh, continue to keep moving forward on it. Keep on pushing through on your missions, on your modules, on your challenges. Okay. Um, keep that goal in focus there, folks. Okay. Keep on moving. Keep on pushing forward. Okay. Uh, don't forget to ask questions. Um, ask questions to me if you want to. Okay. I will try my best to answer them, or I will find someone that can. Okay. Um, but that's where I'm going to go ahead and close on down today's uh, Pega video. So I want to thank everybody for stopping on by. Didn't have any chatters, but that's okay. I want to thank everybody that was just lurking in the background. Um, if there were. If not, it's quite okay too. Um, I'm talking to a camera, and hopefully I'm reaching you, the viewer. So, um, so you take care of y'all. Um, have a great day. Um, and don't give up. Okay, get that goal in mind and keep working towards it. All right. Um, keep on pushing towards that goal. Okay, put as much effort as you can into it. Okay, so that's it. That's where we're gonna go and end today. So, um, you know, if you're watching this later on YouTube, do the like and subscribe jazz. That would be fantastic. Um, every little bit helps. Okay, and you know, uh, it's the simplest things that you can do. You know, to help out someone like me, and I appreciate that 100%. So, thank you very much, and have a great day.